Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We do have some new subscribers, and first of all, I want to say thank you for being here and thank you for subscribing to the channel. I hope that anything that you may be looking for to learn how to take your crafting expertise into the digital product world, you're able to learn something and find your answers here. So today I'm going to very quickly show you how one of the most trending and popular times for crafters is normally back to school time. So back to school time brings a wide variety of digital products that can be created, whether they are PNGs, SVGs. Here I'm going to show you these are going to be planners or composition book templates. There is a wide variety of digital products that can be created for back to school time. But like I said, today I'm going to show you very quickly how you can create a planner or composition book template inside of Canva. You can actually sell this as a final product, meaning that your customers are not able to edit it, or you can give them the rights to edit your template inside of Canva. So as you can see here, here's just a notebook style kind of template that can be used for sublimation onto planners, or if someone decided they wanted to do vinyl, they can do that. And then here we have a composition book, and then we have a composition book for little boys. And this is a version here that you can actually allow your customers to edit. They can actually change the grade from kindergarten to first, second, third, or whatever their pleasure is. So let's go ahead and get into the steps on how to create these planners. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to come into Canva, and that's canva.com. If you have a free account, you can use your free account, or if you pay for the paid version, you can use the paid version as well. Just do keep in mind with the free account, some elements that you may add to your design will not be able to download unless you pay for those elements. So just keep that in mind if you have the free account, but the paid version, you are good to go. And from here, we're going to use a brand new template. So I'm going to click on custom size, and we're going to use a 8.5 by 11 template. Now do keep in mind that another variation to your digital product, when you create it, you can offer your customer multiple sizes of your actual template. So the most common size is 8.5 by 11, but then you also have the 5 by 7 as well. So you are able, once you create whatever size that you decide to do first, you can create another variation, giving your customer more for a bundle, just in case they want to have that variation once they complete their purchase. So in here, you can either put in the width as 8.5 and the height by 11, then change this to inches, or because I always use 8.5 by 11, I'm just going to click this button right here, and it's going to open up a brand new page and a brand new template, and this is where we're going to work on. So here we are with our brand new page and template. So the first thing that we're going to do, we're going to create the background for the planner. So decide on whether you want to do the composition or the notebook. So let's start with the notebook first. So the first thing I'm going to do is come over here to the side where it says elements. I'm going to click on elements, and then in the search bar, I'm just going to put in notebook paper. And then I'm going to look for any type of notebook paper that I feel like I want to use for the background. Once you type in notebook paper, of course, you're going to have the graphics and the photos. So you can just go through each one and see what type of notebook paper that you want to use for your template. So normally I search through the graphics, and I may go through the photos, just finding something depending on if you want it to look more realistic, or if you want to kind of have that graphic kind of, look to it. It just totally up to you, whatever one that you decide. So for this demonstration purposes, I'm just going to click on this one in the graphics, and once you click on it, it's going to go over to your template, and as you can see, you can move it around and you can resize it, but I'm going to resize this piece of paper to actually fit the entire 8.5 by 11 frame of this template. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do is you want to shift it around and kind of get it centered on the template how you want it. And then we're going to actually create the holes, kind of resembling notebook paper holes on the side. And to do that, we're going to actually click on the X up here in the search bar, and we're just going to type in circle. And once we type in circle, we want to find a circle that is kind of outlined. It does not have the actual filling in the center. And so we can actually do that just going by the shapes or graphics and finding one that we like. Okay, so I'm under graphics and I'm just going to click on this one. Actually, that one has a filling in it. So I'm looking for one that does not have that center color in it. So it would need to be an outline. So I might just go back and type in circle outline and see what I come up then. So I wanted my circle to be red, so I typed in circle outline red, and I'm just going to click on this one. So I feel like that one's good enough. So I'm just going to make it smaller by dragging that little circle, and from here I just want to place a couple of them maybe on each line of this notebook paper, just kind of resembling the holes that will be in the actual notebook paper. And you can make it, you know, look realistic, make it about that small. And then we're just going to kind of center it on each line, and I'll do that for each one. All right, so as you can see, I have all of the holes on each line of the paper. And because this is red, I think I want to change the color of this notebook paper line to red as well. Just by clicking on the template, you can go up here where the colors are and you can actually change the color. So I'm going to click on that pink. And I'm just going to go over here and I'm going to find a red, just like that. So now we have our background. So now it's time to start adding our elements. So there is a couple of ways that you can do this when you adding your elements to your template. You can actually use the elements button over here in Canva. You can search for things that you wanted to find. You can search for kids, school bus, backpacks, whatever it is back to school related that you like. Or if you have images that you have created or purchased from someone else and you decide to use them in your design, you can upload them into Canva and add them to the template as well. So that is the option that I will be using. I'm going to be using photos that I uploaded from the Facebook group into Canva, and then I'm going to be positioning on the template showing you how you can make it look. All right, so this is an image that I had that I uploaded into the group, I think. So I'm going to use this image. So all you do is click on it and it's going to automatically come over to your template. And from here, I want to remove the background because it does have a white background to it. Hopefully it won't distort the photo, but if so, we'll choose another one. So while that is removing, and that looks pretty good. So now you can just actually resize this however you want it to be on your template. So this won't be a perfect version. This is just for demonstration purposes. So I'm just going to kind of resize it like that. Then next, think about some more elements that you can add to this. So we're thinking about a notebook, something that the student can actually write on if it is placed on the front of a notebook pad. So let's think of something that they can write their name on. So over here in the elements again, I'm going to type in composition. I'm just going to type in composition and see what comes up. And as you can see, we go to graphics. They have a lot of things that could go with composition notebooks. So let's just pick, let's say notebook label. Okay, yeah, let's do this one. So what I typed in was composition notebook label, and let's pick this one just for references. So that one's added to the template now, and we can just kind of bring this to the top. So this will be actually where the student is able to write their name, and from there we can kind of resize things and get it how we want it. If you want to change the color of this, you're actually able to. You can go up to the color, and let's just say we want to change it to red. It will actually change to red. And then let's put a place where they can put their name. So we're going to come over to the text right over here on the left hand side, and we're going to click text, and we're going to hit add a subheading. And from here, we're just going to type in the word name, and we're going to add it right in the middle of this little composition tab. Feel free to change the font on that if you would like. So if you like something bold, if you want something, fancy or whatever that you like, you can just change the font by clicking on the actual wording, then click on font, and then whatever fonts that you have uploaded or available in Canva, those will be available for you over there. So I'm just going to pick that one and we'll place that right there. So that's just where they're right their name. Now let's think of some more things. She's sitting on some blocks. There's some crayons. She's looking all cute. So let's go back to elements and let's just put in maybe one or two more elements to go on this page, back to school related. So I'm just gonna put in we'll put in crayons and see what comes up. And of course, I'll use the elements just to make it look more kid, cartoonish. I don't want to use cartoonish, but you get what I'm saying. So we can use these handprints. Those look nice. Paint handprints. And you can actually change the colors of those if you would like. I'm not going to do that. We can use a rainbow if you want a rainbow. And you can just resize this stuff onto your template however you want it. And then let's do one more. Let's do something maybe like a school bus. Okay, so there's a school bus. So let's put the school bus up here. And I'm going to actually bring that backwards a little bit so it'll be behind the name tag. So there's the school bus. We have our hands. We have a rainbow. However you want it positioned on it, and then you can just get the alignment together. So actually with the little girl, you can actually leave her like she is with no background, but I want to add a little border to her as well. So I'm going to click on edit and I'm going to come over here to the Canva app shadows, and from there I'm going to hit outline. And as you can see, it put like a black outline around the total picture. And you can change the color of that as well. So if I want to scroll down, I'm going to hit color. And you can just pick whatever color it is that you want to change that outline to. And it's going to change it. So we can do yellow. Let's do like a yellow. Maybe something like that. That might be cute. So this is a demonstration. So here it is. This is our first notebook type template that you can create for back to school seasons as a digital product. You can sell it as a end product, or you can have it to where your customer is able to edit. So if you wanted to give it to them to edit, they can actually change the name, change the fonts, anything like that. So at the end, I'm just going to highlight everything and I'm going to hit group so nothing changes. So that's the end of that one. Let's go to the second one. All I'm going to do is I'm going to hit add page. It's going to give me the same template size of 8.5 by 11. And now we're going to do the composition book. So in order to do the composition book, our background needs to look like a composition book. So you can once again go to elements and you can type in composition notebook background. And you can see what Canva has available inside of here. So let's just see. They did have a few. Let's say composition notebook. So you can just kind of scroll through Canva. They did have a couple of them. It might take me a minute to find them, but here is your second option if you're not able to find what you're looking for inside of Canva. So if you're unable to find what you're looking for inside of Canva, you can go to sites like Etsy or Creative Fabrica, and you can search in the composition notebook that you're looking for. And so as you can see here, this is where I will probably go to get my patterns from. They have multiple colors all inside of one bundle. Now, if you do not have a subscription with this platform, you will have to pay for it. But if you have the subscription, you should be able to download this for free. And as you can see, it does come with commercial and full print on demand usage allowed. So therefore, you are able to use these graphics inside of your digital product creation. So if you choose this route, you can just simply purchase or download this, upload it into Canva, and then we're going to go back into the designing. Okay, so back into Canva, if you chose to purchase it, you can upload them by clicking the uploads and upload files. So we did purchase them. So I'm just going to choose this yellow one just for this demonstration. And once you click on it, it'll come over to your canvas. So once you have the image set to the background, so that's going to be our basis for the background of this composition notebook. So now the next thing we need to do is actually create the black border that goes on the side of the notebook. So we're going to go back to elements, and this time we're just going to type in square or rectangle under the shapes. So I can just click on that square and it's going to automatically come to my canvas. I'm going to change that color to black. And from here, I just want to move it around, and I'm going to move it to the side, but I'm also going to drag it down so it fits the entire 8 and that's going to be the 11th part. But then I want to bring it in so it's not so wide. So I want to bring it in to about right there. So that'll be fine right there. And just kind of making sure, even if you have to drag this outside of the yellow a little bit, you want to make sure that it covers the entirety of the side of that notebook paper. So now we have our background, we have our little border. So now let's go ahead and start adding our elements to this template again. So I'm going to actually use this same little girl again for this demonstration as well. So I'm going to ungroup this because I want to just copy her instead of having to do everything over. And I'm going to paste her onto this template as well. So remember, she does have that yellow outline around her. So we'll need to go back to edit. And this time we're going to go to the shadows again. But instead of yellow for the color, let's choose a different color. So we could choose something different. Maybe like a red or blue or green or something that it won't clash with the background of this yellow. So we can just, that's by preference, whatever color that you would like to choose. So I think I want to go with maybe like a pink or something. So that'll be fine right there. Now, just like we did with the notebook paper, we need to go and find a composition style type of label to go at the top of this notebook. So back into elements. Remember, we typed in composition notebook label. So let's go back to that. And let's actually grab this first one right here. So we can just bring this up, resize it, make it how big you want. You can actually go ahead and resize her again. You can bring her to the front, bring it down, however you want to resize it. And we're going to add some more elements onto the composition notebook. So this time we're going to do something different. We're not going to choose the same one. So let's think about what we could add to this one. So I'm thinking something maybe like a backpack. So we could type in backpack to see what type of graphics they have. I'm going to use the graphics instead of the actual photo. So I'm going to click on graphics. And I want to find something that will not clash with the color of the background. So you can just scroll down and find something that you like. Let's just use this little pink. I guess it looks like a little cat, but we're going to use this and just kind of resize it onto your template. Let's think of something else, maybe a pencil. Go into elements, just search pencil in the graphics. You can find whatever pencil that you like. I would try not to get something so yellow because remember the background is yellow. So let's try something blue. And of course, you can resize it and move it around however you like on the template. And let's try one more thing else. Let's say maybe like a butterfly. They have all types of butterflies, so not that one. Maybe that one. And so I'm going to make it smaller, but then I'm actually going to go up here and I'm going to flip it horizontal so it's facing the opposite way. And let's just say I want to put it maybe like right here on the end of that composition notebook side, right? That label right there. So let's try one more thing else. Let's search for maybe like a lunchbox. So we're going to put in lunchbox. And they have all type of different graphics. So we're just going to grab this one right here and resize it. We're going to bring it down, put it right there. So like I said, in the end, you can just move things around, get it aligned how you like, however you see fit. And that's the final product. So you have officially created 2 digital products as a template that you can sell in your store. You can sell them on Etsy, Stand Store, or whatever website that you like. Remember that I said when you're selling your templates, you can sell them as is, meaning that the customer will not be able to make any edits, or you can sell them as a PLR where they are able to go in and make edits. They can go in and actually change the name. So if they were to download your digital product and they come into Canva, they can actually put their child or student's name right here. They can be able to make any changes to any of the graphics that you put on your template as well. So that's the end of this tutorial. Remember, back to school time is a popular time, especially for parents, for students, and don't forget the teachers, because everyone is looking for something unique for the new school year. A lot of kindergartners are starting school for the first year, so parents really want to celebrate that. So these are great ideas that you can be creating right now to list inside of your store, because parents, teachers, even crafters that do not know how to design or do not have the time to design templates like this, they are looking for items that possibly they have the rights to edit and rebrand, and they can list it inside of their store. So this is the end of this tutorial, showing you how simple and easy it is to create these notebook composition planner templates. If you found this video informative, please leave me a comment and tell me that you liked it. If you have any questions, remember to drop them down below as well, and I'll do my best to respond to your questions. Feel free to always show us what you came up with, what you created inside of our Facebook group, and that's the Digital Crafts Academy on Facebook. We drop daily challenges. We're always doing something new and creative, trying to spark your curiosity and learning how to create these digital products for yourself, and learning how to turn your crafting expertise into digital products that can make you online money. Don't forget to like the video, share this video with your other crafting buddies, subscribe to the channel, and until the next time, guys, I'll see you inside the group, or I see you on the next tutorial.